Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Monday, happens to be Vanilla Day, that's just a coincidence. We're looking at the top performing map of the moment and it's this one. Now, I wasn't actually going to give this a review because frankly the whole thing could be done in about 30 seconds and yeah, and you guys like pretty maps, so maybe I would get more views if I went with a more flourished map. But we're going to go into a bit more depth on this one today, in a way that we don't normally do. Following that, though, in the second half of today's show, we've got a map by a creator who made the shortlist for Map of the Year 2020. Also a vanilla map as well, and a very neat one too. So lots to look forward to today. But before we do any looking forward, we've got to look right at where we are now. That's right, staying right where you are is a really good way of making me move forward. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Today's first map is Corcovado National Park, Chile by LetsGrillBananas. I'll tell you a little bit about the location of the national park in a short while, but like I say, it's not the most exciting of maps. There's your start square, it's perfectly adequate, and if you want a vanilla map to build on with mountains, you probably have got a good one here. Terrain heights are, well, there's buildable space. What can I tell you? It runs up the valley. And then if you want resources, Sunset Harbour's coming in the moment. Resources are strong. Sunset Harbour, everybody. There it is. With all the little fishes. Anyway, yeah, it's a bit ordinary. There's a lot about the map which is a little bit ordinary. Okay, off to the workshop. It's 100% vanilla. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT. And it does say at the bottom there, you'll probably need unlimited trees. Yes, there are over 500,000 trees on the map. You'll need to unlock unlimited trees using a mod. Okay, so down to ground level. Look, it's almost real life. Look how cute it is. Right, this is in Google Earth, the nearest location to the actual mountain that we're going to focus on, sort of. It's in Chile, okay, and it's a little bit, I think we're about 20 to 30 miles away from the mountain, Corcovado mountain. This is the nearest built up area. Well, we're going to try and get a little bit closer in a moment by jumping to the nearest location that you can get to, and then which is a panoramic view, and then we'll get to the nearest actual street view location as well, so just so you can see how far away from anywhere we are. So when you complain about the highway, there's no highway there in real life. There really isn't. Anyway, we are I've forgotten the name of this town, I'm sorry about that, but when we get to the actual buildable area, we're 5,200 kilometers away from the South Pole, which sounds like a long way, but it's about the same distance as Hobart in Australia or Christchurch in New Zealand. So anyway, yeah, you had a little look at the local town. That's the local town there, and we are here. It looks pretty close, but yeah, it's 20 odd miles. Now the nearest panoramic view is these dots here. Now if we drop onto, say, that dot there, this is the closest anybody has ever been on Google. This is the closest. Look at just how wild, 20 miles ish still away we are. It's beautiful. And this is an intrepid explorer lady. Thank you. Anyway, so there's that. But the nearest you can get on Street View, if you wanted to try and drive there in Street View, you can get as close as, let me find it. There. There's a blue line running down here. I reckon about here is the nearest we can get to the main mountain. Now, it's so obsolete and so remote that Google Earth glitched out. I mean, literally glitched out. I couldn't even shut the program down. I had to Control Alt Delete here. This was crazy. So we're going to try that again. And I promise you this time it will work. We'll move a little bit further down, about a bit closer to the lake. because one of the the previous map of Let's Grill Bananas was Lake Titicaca, which we haven't reviewed. We've done a Titicaca Lake before, a map before, but it wasn't Let's Grill Bananas' version. I don't know if we'll be, excuse me, croak. I don't know if we'll be having a look at Let's Grill Bananas' version of that map, but if somebody wanted to request it, I guess we could. But anyway, this is you can see how beautifully tarmac this road is. This is how remote this real location is. But to help us build a city, we've been given road and rail. Now, yes, it's 100% vanilla map, so you won't be using anarchy like me. I always show the trees that are hiding underneath the road, as covered many times, and I'm sure I'll give it in more detail. I'm not going to go into any more detail today. But yes, the trees that are showing through the road won't be showing through the road if you're playing this 100% vanilla, so don't judge. Okay. Anyway, that's the highways. I told you we could do the entire review of this map in about 30 seconds flat. I'm going to take a little bit more time, just a little bit more time, not too much. We have the river. It's a little bit gouged, I think is fair. This is the Rio Corcovado. The map's been rescaled. It's about 1/3 to maybe 1/4 size. There or thereabouts. It's an eyeball judgment, that one. But yes, it's just a little bit gouged. But let's give some credit. There are no trees in the rivers or the lakes. Okay, and that is some credit to give. Many a lesser creator wouldn't have worried too much about it. So well done, Let's Grill Bananas, for actually taking the time to remove them. So well done. This is the Laguna Caesar. I'm not going to tell you what every lake is, but yeah, this is a real life location. And we even have the Mount Corcovado here. This is actually snow-capped all year. I did try messing around with a theme to try and add some snow to that, but I think you're going to, because of the gradients of the cliff, you're probably going to want to use decals to snow cap that, or not bother at all. Global warming, people. Global warming. Yeah, 565,641 trees on the map. So you are going to want to mod the map, or you're going to be lacking a whole bunch of trees. There's no link to the mod, and it doesn't actually tell you whether it's the unlimited tree mod or tree anarchy. I'm using tree anarchy, which seems to work fine. But it doesn't tell you which. It doesn't help somebody who's never used the mod before find the mod that they're looking for. Shipping route's fine. They're respectful distance from the coast. But yeah, I'd like to have seen a link to the mod put in there for those of you that have never modded before. You know, it's fair enough. Water flow on this map's fine. There's no actual water in motion really in the ocean, but we have the lake there as well, and we have a moving river, so you should be able to pump and draw without polluting your peoples. So that'll be alright, I think. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's basically everything about the map. So what I'm going to do is say, what do you think of today's map? Is it 1-star map? Is it 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? But I'm also going to show you what the map could look like with a different theme. Going to use Theme Mixer now, so I am modding. And I want to show you what the map could look like with the I've got the name of the Patagonia. That's it. The theme. The Patagonia theme. There we go. That's what the map could look like. Anyway, what do I think of today's map? It's aesthetically like that. It's all right. It looks like the area. I can't really say much more than that. It looks like the area is fine. It'd be nice if we could have snow on the mountains, but yeah. Let's go down the middle on a 3. Detailing. There's nothing really to bring it up. I'd like to see the trees removed from under the road, but I'm very glad to see the trees removed from all the rivers and the lakes. So I'm going to also go right down the middle with a 3. It's fine. Gameplay. I would go down the middle with a 3 as well for what it is, but I would like to see a link to the tree mod in the description, so I have to assume that a lot of these trees are going to be missing for at least some people. So I'll go at the bottom end of 3. Corcovado National Park, Chile by Let's Grill Bananas. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see it. But I was even more glad to see the map that's coming up in the second half of today's show, so don't go away. I'm glad you didn't go away. Right, so this second map, this is by a creator who was shortlisted for Map of the Year in 2020 on what was a fantasy map. Do you remember the map that slowly flooded Pondocalypse now? Yeah, this one. Well, this is a rebuild of that map, a complete rebuild of that map. Now, I still personally prefer Pondocalypse now because it was just so iconic and so groundbreaking. But this in itself is a very nice vanilla map, nicely framed, and you're going to be very happy if you play this one. Combe Vanilla by Falamax. Falamax, thank you for this. Yes, it's just a well-structured, beautifully thought-out vanilla map. There's your start square. Absolutely nothing to moan about with that at all. We've got lots of buildable terrain and a few undulations. Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely map. The more I look at it, the more I think I might have underrated it. I might have to push my ratings up at the end of the show. Resources are fine. They're fine, not the most exciting, but they're fine, they're good. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, we have all of the little fishes as well, which is also lovely. Okay, off to the workshop. Sorry, croaking. Off to the workshop. What do I need? Well, nothing. It's 100% vanilla. If you've got no controller and the intersection marking tool, you'll get all of the extra flourishes that have been put in there as well. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme again, and again the realistic 1.2 LUT, because nothing else has been suggested. Right, okay, so we're going to see some mighty fine standards and some very fine terrain work. And I would say, it says in the description that this is a rebuild. Well, oh, look at this pillar work there. Look at that. Oh, try not to. Also, look at this. Not seen anybody try and do that before. I understand that. We did have somebody in the comments a while ago. I can't remember who it was, and it was a long while ago, who said that, you know, those suspension cables have got to attach down to ground somewhere, and it doesn't make any sense. And that does. So yeah, credit there. Credit. But yeah, I mean, this map though, it's apparently we'll take a left. Apparently a rebuild of Pondocalypse now, and I'll have a look at the chevrons there. The chevrons are going the right way. There. Oh, we've got a little turn back there with the little blue marking as well. But yeah, it's supposedly a rebuild of Pondocalypse now. There's a challenge version of the map, it says in the description. Well, Pondocalypse now doesn't look much like this at all. They have absolutely butchered their original map, butchered it to produce this. I mean, that's a lot of work. Again, these chevrons going the right way. Always keeping an eye on the chevrons, because you guys educated me to which direction the chevron should point. And here's an example of chevrons going the wrong way. There we are. I knew there was one around somewhere. Yeah, they should point towards the traffic, not point with the traffic. Because somebody decreed that is the way that chevrons should go. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's about the only thing really wrong with the map. That one intersection marking there. Anyway, it's a very nice... If you're looking to play vanilla, if you're looking for a very polished, if slightly... I know, I'm trying to find a non-negative word for it. I know. Cozy. I was going to say uninspiring, but it is sort of. I can understand how some people would be inspired on here. But cozy map. It just looks like a cozy, sit back, build a city, have some relaxing fun kind of map. Rather than the map that I would think would be... Like, again, I use the word inspiring. Sometimes you see a map and you go, yeah, I've got to do this. And yeah, I've got... I don't see anything with this map that tells me you want to be directing your build in this way. It's just a map with buildable space, and it's just nice across the whole. It's a nice, comfortable map. I think I still prefer BonBonBingo now, with its blue mantle and its jaunty angles and its fantastical shape and crazy water level changes. I think I still prefer that to this. Partly because sometimes what we people, what us human beings need to do, is to be told what we want. Sometimes we've got to be told what we want. And that map told you what you wanted. Again, there's going to be far more people that will prefer this map because it's more natural and believable. And look at this. Look at that. Oh yeah. But yeah, this one's more believable. It's not, there's no craziness to it. And normally I would say no, I prefer this. Normally this sort of map, because I too am normal and I don't like craziness. But BonBonBingo now was done so well. Do go and check it out. Episode 1078 of What's Map. Do go and check it out. But this one's definitely more perfect in terms of ticking all the boxes to get extra stars. And sometimes it's more than that that's required on a map, I feel. Sometimes the map just stands out. And that was BonBonBingo now for me. I'm waxing lyrical about a map that I reviewed 500 episodes ago. Yeah, this one though, like I say, it's nice. It's got some very nicely looking little detail areas. We've already seen that big old weir. It was more of a weir than a dam, I feel. But yeah, we just got this little abandoned rail station there for, what's that? It must have been forestry, I feel. Down in the start square, this is the start square by the way, we got a couple of little bridges. Just one there, another one on the other side there. That, I guess, they are there to inspire me to build a network around them. I guess. They don't, but there's nothing wrong with them and they're very neat. Now we've got some farms. There's something about these two farms here that make me think of ASCII graphics, or not ASCII, but the old dot matrix graphics. They aren't dot matrix. I've rotated the camera fully, and I'm not actually seeing any images in here. But these do look like the old dot matrix. There you go. Not ASCII. Different thing altogether. BonBon. Then this I don't know. Is this a nod to BonBonBingo now? I think that's what that's there for, because the water level rises, and yeah, I feel that. Any other map, I think I'd complain about that. I think that's just a little nod to their previous work. Then we have everybody's favourite factory with more rail stations, and we've got something that was built here, which probably attached to that. You know what? There's plenty of thought that's gone into this, but yeah, I think that because that aligns with the little bridge bit here, I reckon they were probably attached at some point for loading of trains from above. That makes sense. Yeah. And then, it's the look at this beautiful dam. Okay. And now the answer to the question in yesterday's promo, if anybody saw that, was Hoover. See what I did there? Yeah. Only those that saw the promo will get the joke. Okay. Go check the promo. You'll see the joke. It's Hoover. Okay. Anyway, yeah, look at that. That is magnifique. That would have taken some time, by the way. That would have taken some time. All credit for the dam. And then over here, we just got another abandoned rail area. Not quite sure what this once was. But, again, it's been done to a very nice standard with just vanilla props. So, good work again there. Maybe some sort of quarry. Yeah, it's a quarry area. That's what that is. We've had the forestry area, now we've got a quarry area. So now we know those are the areas we're supposed to be rebuilding. Now let's have a little look at the shipping routes, because the map's going to fall down somewhere and it's going to be on the shipping routes, isn't it? We head down this way. We've got a loop around the island and a route that just goes down and around and up this way and through the big old bridge. Everybody loves the big old bridge. And then we just got this little network of a couple of possible right angle turnings going on in there, but nothing too bad. And yeah, it's all good. It's all right. You know, that's fine. It could be slightly less convoluted. It could be. Water flow in the start square. Where's the start square? It's down here. I see you. Hiding down here. We have a river with a bit of motion in the water. And then over here we have a separate water source. So 2 different water sources in the start square. Doesn't matter about water motion because you've got 2. So that is also good. So, I mean, honestly, this is just very nicely accomplished. You can't see Pondocalypse now in this at all. Really can't. So, Falamax, well done for completely destroying a perfectly good map and making a perfectly good another map. Nice. Just look at the intersections. And we got over here an abandoned village. I'm still finding stuff. I am still finding stuff. Flying over the map and going, oh, hang on, have we had a look at this? Have we seen that? And, yeah, just lots on that map. Just lots. But, is it any good? That's what I'm asking you. Is it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the link or description, or something or the other. But make sure you're voting on the correct map, because there are 2 maps to vote on. So, what do I think of Combe Vanilla by Falamax? Well, aesthetically, I was actually going to hold it back a little bit. But the more I look at it, the more actually I think this is a very accomplished vanilla map. I think I was just too hung up on the previous map, and I felt that this map was just a little bit underwhelming. And the more I look at it, the more I'm wrong. The more I am wrong. I'm going to go for a medium-high 4 stars. Aesthetically, it really does stand up for a vanilla map. Excellent work. Well done. Detailing is very good. It's very, very good. I'm going to go slightly above middle 4. I don't know what I'm looking for the 5th star, but again, probably just been hung up on the previous map. Gameplay potential, middle 4 again. Middle 4. You're going to have a great game on this. I'm not inspired by it. That's why we're going to hold back on that. But I'm inspired enough that I think enough people are having a really good time with this one that it's going to get the BonBonB seal of approval. There's nothing more really for you to do with this one. Yeah, you know, when you just sort of like, yeah, you have a nice hamburger, and then you have a nice hamburger somewhere else, and all you can do is remember the first hamburger. That's all I'm doing there, is I'm remembering the first hamburger, and I'm not appreciating the second hamburger because of it. That taste's gonna last, isn't it? Anyway, Falamax, excellent work. I can't fault it. Oh, I can't fault you for being here either, because you're part of the 20 Now Elite. Use the word of the day to prove it. And I'll be back tomorrow with the live stream. Join me then. Thanks for watching.